grade lye, and we're going to measure 6.9 ounces and put it in this container. And then we're going to add the 6.9 ounces of lye into our 10.9 ounces of water and mix it up for our mixture for making soap. So I already have it set. Oh, let's see, it's not working out. So I'm going to reset this. You could use grams or ounces. We're actually doing ounces on this. So it has to be 6.9.
A lot more in here. Can't see. The points are big. Let me use points. It'll take a long time.
You don't want to put too much. Let's see, it's stopped now. So we're going to redo this.
Oh, great.
Lift it up and put it back down. Okay.
The cup weighs.
Alright, it's only 5.2, we gotta go 6.9. 6.1, 6.2, 6.3.
It's not going to be exact because the cup
stop.
weighs something.
6, 7, 8. And we got it at where we need it.
6.8.
Actually, 6.8 would be okay as long as it's within the 6.9. So now, you're supposed to have safety goggles. I'm going to use my reading glasses to pour this into the water. It's 10.9. And we're going to stir it. Tony, I'm going to have you stir this.
Okay.
Carefully pour it into here. Slowly pour it in, and then you're going to keep mixing that up, and that is going to heat up. The whole mixture is going to heat up. Actually, my glasses are fogging. It's okay. I don't need these. You're going to keep mixing it. You're going to mix that for a little while, and then the heat mixture is actually going to get up to 180 degrees, which is pretty hot. You can see that it's starting to already smoke. We have our protection for our breathing, so we don't want to breathe this mixture, because the lye is now into the water, which is not safe to breathe, or you have to have a ventilated area at least. You're going to keep mixing it until it comes clear.
Should have moved the scale. It's all full of it.
And then we're going to wait until that temperature gets down to about 120 degrees. So we may have to leave this outside for a little bit until it cools down, so it's too hot to mix into our oils. Keep mixing it until it gets a little more clear, and then what we're going to do is we're going to leave this mixture outside until it gets down to between 110, they said, to 125 is the safe range.
Okay.
Okay, so here, let it sit, Tony. We're going to let this stay out until it gets a lower temperature. I'm going to take, actually there's some, needs to be mixed a little more. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take this container and this, and we're going to rinse this out with actually vinegar, which will sterilize our equipment. And you don't want to get this on your hands because it can burn your skin. So we're going to take this in and rinse it with vinegar. Ounces of canola oil. I don't have olive oil, but olive oil is preferred. And I have in here 10 ounces of coconut oil with a double boiler. We're melting this down, and we're going to try to get both of the temperatures between 110 to 125 degrees. And when they're all equal in temperature, then we will add our lye mixture to all of our oils to make our soap. My oil set, it's the temperature it should be. I had to put this oil on ice a little bit to get it to between 110 and 125 degrees. So I'm going to put my canola oil in the bowl first, carefully. I transferred it into a different bowl since the bowl was hot, because I don't want to burn your hands when you're doing this. Now I have my coconut oil. So that was actually 40 ounces of canola oil. Olive oil is preferred, but you can use canola oil if you don't have olive oil. Now I have my 10 ounces of coconut oil that's been melted down to the temperature. I'm going to pour that in. Always pour your oils in first, never the lye water mixture, ever. Now we're going to add our lye mixture. It's also to temperature, it's a little bit warm, but it's ready to pour into. So I'm going to pour that lye with water, distilled water by the way, mixture into the oils. And you don't have to worry about the lye. Once it's mixed in the oils, it is, you know, now safe to use this here. I got my stick blender and I'm just going to pulsate it. Mix all those ingredients together. We want to get this to trace. And keep mixing that together. Or a little, if you like that scent of peppermint, you could put just a little touch of eucalyptus. There's all scents you could use, but right now I'm just going to get this to trace and keep mixing this. It may take a little time. In fact, my son likes to help out. I'm going to ask my son Tony to come in here. Tony, come here and do some mixing with the stick blender. This is the... All right, so Tony, put your hoodie on because you're... All right, Tony's going to use the stick blender and he's going to mix it. Just don't pick it up. Just keep mixing it so it starts to thicken up. While he's mixing it, I'm going to actually add a little of my essential oils. I'm going to use just a drop of almond sweet oil. A drop of almond sweet oil. Because I have a lot of oil already in there. I do not have lavender oil. I wish I did because lavender oil is really good. But I'm just going to put, because my kids like that mint flavor and it's kind of still winter, I'm just going to put a little touch, not much, of eucalyptus oil just to have a scent like peppermint. Keep mixing it up. Well, my mixture is ready, but my husband likes other scents and so do I. So if you have any orange peel or lemon peel, you can grate that and you can wait for it to dehydrate and you can blend it. And that's what I did with actually my orange peel. I waited it for it to dehydrate and I blended it up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this batch of soap and I'm going to mix some of this lemon zest into another bowl and have a separate soap with just the orange peel. So I don't want a whole lot, but I would like to have a little bit in there. So I'm going to get a tablespoon, or you know, I could use a teaspoon, that's fine. I'm going to take 4 teaspoonfuls of my orange zest. That should about do it. And now I'm going to take an ladle. Move this over here. Switch this up because this is different form. I'm going to ladle about 2 or 3 scoops of this mixture into the orange zest. And 1 more. Now I'm just going to stir that up. And you can see that the orange zest is in there. Some people put the orange zest on the bottom of their silicone forms, but I decided to mix it in because it makes a really nice scented soap. So now that I have that, I'm going to pour it into, if you don't have these molds here, that these are recommended, the silicone molds for soap, you can actually recycle, and that's what I did here. I just took a box top and lined it with wax paper. So I'm going to take this mixture with the orange zest and I'm just going to pour it in. Don't worry if the sides come up, you can always form it with your spoon. So it's gotta be more full, so I'm gonna actually add some more orange. This is the first time I'm making this, so. We'll come back when they're all filled. I'm gonna finish with the orange zest, and the other ones are just gonna be the plain coconut canola oil bar soap. Alright, well I already ladled all of my soap mixture into the silicone forms. I just had these are actually for muffins, but I'm going to use them for my soap. They're really small, but it's okay. These are some football shapes, these are rose shapes. You can't see it, but when you turn it over, it's a rose shape. These are the one with the orange zest. You could recycle. Now, I've seen it done two ways. You're supposed to put a cardboard on top of this, which I'm going to do, and it's got to sit overnight for 24 hours. It's got to set. But once it sets, then you have to remove the forms and put them on like in a dry, cool box that's lined, or you can put them on a cookie rack. It's got to sit for 4 to 6 weeks to cure. So it's not going to be done yet if you want it to, be the right consistency. I have seen some people that would take these forms and put them in freezers and let them set overnight. You can do that too. But I may try one, like the small one, and see how that would work if I freeze it for a few hours and then take it out. But either way, it's got to set for 24 hours first, and then it's got to sit on either a cookie rack or in a dry, cool place, like in a box, with towels over it, actually overnight for 24 hours, and then for 4 weeks it's got to cure, if you want it to be right. So we will show you the process as it takes place, and we'll show you how it turns out.